पतित पावन हेतु तब अवतारा, मोसमा पतिता प्रभु न पाइबे आरा। पतित पावन हेतु तब अवतारा, मोसमा पतिता प्रभु न पाइबे आरा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे हरे। जय राधा नीला माधव राधे। जय राधा गिरिधारी राधे। जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन। जय निताय चैतन्य चंद्र निताय गौरचंद्र गौर हरि। जय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद। Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Vishnupad Paramhans Pravajakacarya Srata Sat Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Iskcon founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. BBT Sansthapak Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhans Parivajakacarya Srota Sat Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री श्री राधा कृष्णा गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय. गंगा माई की जय, यमुना माई की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय, नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय, द्वारका मथुरा धाम की जय, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय, ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय. हरे कृष्णा धाम इस्कॉन ऑफ ह्यूस्टन की जय. सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक एंड प्रसादम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय. युग धर्म हरे कृष्णा महामंत्र की जय. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. And all glories, all glories, all glories to the lotus feet of Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. We are very fortunate to have His Holiness Hanumatpresaka Maharaj to enlighten us today.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Ballabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janaballabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tera Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Shri Radha Madhava Astasaki ki jai Chaitanya Chanduraya Mandir ki jai Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devam Sarasvatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayat Nastaprayashu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki. All that is inauspicious to the heart is gradually destroyed almost to nil by regular service of the Bhagavatas in the form of the book and the person. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, we are continuing with Canto 10, Chapter 46, Uddhava visits Vrindavan, text 14. Tam agatam samagamya Krishnasya anucharam priyam Nanda pritah parishvajya Vasudeva dyarchayat Boliye Tamagatam samagamyam Krishna shanucharam priyam Nanda pritah parishvaja Vasudeva niyartunam. Tamagatam samagamyam Krishna shanucharam priyam Nanda pritaparish vaja Ladies? Yeah. Parish vaja Parish vaja Prita Parishvaja Vasudeva Diyarchayat Tamagatam Samagamyam Krishna Shyanucharam Priyam Nanda Pritai Parishvaja Vasudeva Diyarchayat. Okay. And Tam, him, Uddhava, Agatam, arrived, Samagamya, approaching, Krishnasya, of Krishna, Anucharam, the follower, Priyam, dear, Nandaha, Nanda Maharaj, Pritaha, happy, Parishvaja, Parishvaja, embracing, Vasudeva Diya, thinking of Lord Vasudev, Archayat, worshipped, Tam Agatam Samagamyam Krishna Shanu Charam Priyam Nanda Prita Parishvaja Vasudeva Diyarchayat. As soon as Uddhava arrived at Nanda Maharaj's home, Nanda came forward to meet him. The cowherd king embraced him in great happiness and worshipped him as non-different from Lord Vasudeva. Peace of peace. As soon as Uddhava arrived at Nanda Maharaj's house, Nanda came forward to meet him. The cowherd king embraced him in great happiness and worshipped him as non-different from Lord Vasudeva. Purport. Uddhava looked just like Nanda's son Krishna and gave pleasure to anyone who saw him. Thus, although Nanda was absorbed in thoughts of separation from Krishna, when he saw Uddhava coming toward his house, he became aware of external events and eagerly went out to embrace his welcomed visitor. So, of course, this is the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and one should not even dare to go beyond the first 2 cantos as long as he's still entangled in gross illicit sex. Yeah. Yes. Okay. The 3rd canto is really intense. Okay. Then after that, it gets more and more intense, but we don't actually notice the intensity because we're too spaced out. Yeah. But this is, but if you go, but Rupa Goswami, then he presents Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is the ocean of the nectar of devotion. Yeah. And if we look at it, it's following right in the tradition of drama. Okay, drama. Yeah. Who is the acharya for drama in Sanskrit culture? Bharata Muni. And the Western culture? Huh? No. Aristotle. Yeah. Who was Aristotle's guru? Plato. Who was Plato's guru? Socrates. Yeah. Who is Alfred North Whitehead? Yeah. He was the Santana professor of philosophy at Harvard University, Alfred North Whitehead. You look into Wikipedia, you'll find a big, biography for him. Britannica also. And his student was, what his name? It was a womanizer and a Nobel laureate combined. Huh? No. Some of them are into vitamin C. They're not into. Who is the guy? Bertrand Russell. Big mathematician, everything else. So anyway, Whitehead said, you can quote this, that the safest way to characterize all Western philosophy is to say that the whole thing is a footnote to Socrates. And Prabhupada liked Socrates. He said he was a good boy, just didn't have a guru. So he couldn't go much beyond devatas, demigods, and Brahman, that kind of idea. But he did that, Okay. So then his disciple Plato, his disciple Aristotle, and Aristotle, who Chandrika Pandit was the Brahmin for which king? Okay. And Aristotle was the Brahmin for which king? Alexander the Great, who was defeated by Chandragupta, because basically he just outnumbered him. That is just, which didn't bother Alexander before. He would go like 10-1 or something, maybe like 5-1 and still win. Very great guy. Anyway, so Aristotle went into biology, everything. He developed his whole system of understanding the world, very analytical, which we're still following, like that and so on. He's our acharya. But also he went into drama and everything else, and what are the rules of drama, because it's very important in life, right? How much of our world, it depends upon drama, movies, these kind of things. So much. Actually, people can't go on without these things, right? You go to work, do your job, come home, you have some beer or marijuana, go buy a pizza, go to your friends and just download the latest hula hoop or whatever it is movie and go back to work the next day. So beer and marijuana, it's like little mild intoxication, some kind of stimulating food, and then some drama, some story. If you live in the village, okay, you have puppet shows, you can have very interesting, fun things. Yatra parties come through every now and again with ox carts and set up for a week or so and show their stuff and teach the kids, and very, very healthy, happy life. Okay. So Aristotle. So for Aristotle, the essence of the drama was the plot. Okay. Krishna Kripa's sister gets kidnapped by some evil guys, evil drug dealers from Burma. So he gets some other devotees, and they go and rescue his sister and destroy the drug factory and the evil drug dealers of Burma. So that's the plot. It has to fit in one sentence. We'll call it Kung Fu Killers of Hare Krishna Mountain. Like that. Okay, We'll have, how much will our budget be for the movie? I guess we got to go to Burma. Maybe we'll shoot for a low budget movie. We'll go like $30 million. You got to have you got to have a stunt man, remember, like that. Unless you want to do your own stunts. You can fall into a lake of blazing ghee, right, and save yourself. Right? Done that already, right? Yeah. Okay, so we'll budget $30 million, and then we hope to gross like $190 million, like that. Yeah. And then you won't be able to walk down the street the rest of your life without being an ordinary human being. Look, it's the Kung Fu Killer. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So the plot, that was Aristotle's idea, But Bharata Muni, his idea, the essence of the drama is the bhava, the attitude, the perspective. You go into the movie, all Chinese guys are low class, we Indians are high class people, or all Mexicans are low class, right? Yeah, we white people are high class. Yeah, whatever it is, you go with a certain attitude, female, women's liberation consciousness, whatever, Okay. But the idea is that Bharata Muni is that you touch people deeply and actually be able to change their bhava. So they would come out being a different person in many ways. Very big, noble idea. And the plot's there, but the plot is just like part of the, just to like, stimulate the bhava, and doesn't even have to follow rules and regulations. People say that kung fu movies, the plot is just something to string together a bunch of different fight scenes. That's what you come to watch, the fight scenes. Just say it's some kind of plot to hang them together, okay. Yeah. So by the 10th canto, we're really getting into this whole thing of the ocean, right? The ocean of the nectar of devotion. And Rupa Goswami is just saying it. The best way to explain it is Gandharva Veda. What is Vastu Veda? Yeah, architecture. Yeah. And Gandharva Veda is? Yeah, drama, which includes music, dance. Yeah. So Lord Chaitanya was always acting out the meaning of the song and stuff. Yeah. So it's singing, then automatically dancing, and then the meaning is there with the story like that and so on. So this is our Veda. I was sitting over in the Sannyasi Mahal with Jayaweta Maharaj maybe like 9 months ago, and I said, what we're doing is Gandharva Veda. And he said, yeah, he's a very strict guy, so I passed the test. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're realizing God through singing, dancing, and drama. Srimad Bhagavatam is full of stories, dramas. Yeah. Okay, so Rupa Goswami explains it that way. The tradition goes down. David Haberman, big Sanskritist, knew Prabhupada, everything else. Maybe Prabhupada something, Anyway, he did a translation, the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, out of Delhi. And his introduction is really nice. The devotee is very interesting because he goes through the whole political history of the times, what was happening, who was where, what the Moguls were doing. Then he goes through the whole history of rasa. And he quotes from one of the Upanishads as saying that the ultimate basis of everything is rasa. Right? Yeah. No, we use logic. We use, these kind of things. Okay, and the greatest logic in all of our systems is Euclid's principles, Euclid's elements. That was his book, Euclid's elements. Because then you can put everything. You can make points. You can make lines. You can make planes and all these kind of stuff. And after you make planes, you can make planets. Cigar, cigarette, plane, planet. Yeah, planet. Yeah, planet, loka, mandala. Yeah. So yeah, a planet is not a sphere. Okay. Yeah, planet is not a sphere. Yeah. So anyway, that's how we do everything. You look at your organizational chart. Who's in charge here? Well, you got to have a point, right? This guy is the single point. And from him comes, one line which breaks into 3 lines. Okay, secretary, treasurer, or something, like that. Okay. Yeah. Of course, Japanese guys don't use rectilinear geometry. They use polar geometry. Actually, it was considered blasphemous to present any geometry other than Euclidean geometry for centuries. You would be, driven out. Yeah. Euclid's Elements, the book, was selling just as many copies as the Bible. I think it was in the 17th century, 16th, so forth, so on. It doesn't sell almost any copies now because it's embedded in every single mathematical curriculum on the face of the earth. Everybody. How many people here learn geometry in school? Even the girls. Yeah. Because you can prove that 2 triangles are equal. Yeah. That's training your mind, logical training, everything else, and so on. And that's how we look at the world. Okay. Yeah. But Rupa Goswami, everything else, but Euclid's elements are based upon postulates or axioms. Same thing. And what is the first postulate of Euclidean geometry? Yeah, what is a point? It's very important. That's the prime element. How does he define that is the ultimate, the cause of everything, the source of everything? A point is has no extension, no width, no depth, no breadth, no weight, no color, no flavor, no mother, no father, no credit card. Yeah. How do you say that in Sanskrit? Neti neti. We're familiar with this, aren't we? Yeah, not this, not this, not this. Well, what is it? No, it's not this, it's not this, it's not. Well, what? Yeah. But that's one logic to understand eliminating. But you never actually state the positive identity. Prabhupada even talks about this. He said this is ridiculous. He says you take even a very sharp pencil and touch it to a piece of paper, make a point, but you look at it with a magnifying glass, it has size, it has shape. He said there is no neti doesn't derive at anything. There is no. You're not defining anything, right? All you're saying is what it's not. Very interesting, basis of reality. Yeah. Okay, then he defines the line, then he defines the plane. Well, where do these come from? Did they come from empirical observation? Well, not really, Yeah. So later on, the mathematicians and the scientists, Galileo and these guys are talking about them. They say, well, it feels right. Yeah. So everything ultimately is based upon bhava, rasa. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, you start arguing this with scientists, and they'll just won't argue anymore, and they'll chase you out or something. They won't defeat you; they'll drive you out. There was one movie published by the BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, pretty famous for quality and stuff, and it was called Science ... Fiction ? Yeah. And every year, the American Association for the Advancement of Science, which is the most powerful science organization in America, maybe in the world, AAAS, has an annual convention. And one of the things they have is they select the best science movies, of that year. So I went and saw those for free. And one of those was this movie. They selected it. But it goes through. It has a young British philosopher there talking about what is science, the history, how it understands things, and giving very specific examples. It's a really good movie. I tried to find it since. They can't find it. It's interesting. It disappeared. But it really just blows up this myth about, you can see things, and all this kind of stuff. Really, very good movie. So he finishes off the whole movie with typical British, dry, whatever, with this rocket, going off, maybe like a 3-story rocket shooting up, and with the gantry falling away, and fire and all this kind of stuff. It's slow motion. It's going, So his voice comes on, and he says, "Science is not powerful because it is true. Science is true because it is powerful." So that's it. Well, I don't care what you say. We make atom bombs and birth control pills. Okay. 2 major advances. Yeah. But maybe you meet somebody who's honest. Okay, this guy is saying the truth. It's a fact. Take the point out of science, what have you got left? A lot of it disappears. Because, okay, then we got Euclidean geometry. It's blasphemy to present any other kind of geometry. Then one Russian guy who was a big geometer, his son, in the end of his book as an appendix, presented polar geometry, and it kind of snuck in behind his daddy as a minor squeak. And people started thinking about it. Okay. And they accepted it. Okay, Euclidean geometry is x, y. How do you identify this point? Well, x is 3, y is 4. Polar geometry is what? You got a point, same thing. Then you got a ray of a certain length and an angle. Okay, so this point is 45 degrees, 5 inches. Okay, you can identify any point. In Euclidean geometry, it's extremely difficult to describe a spiral. Right? Yeah. In polar geometry, it's the simplest thing at all. X equals the distance, rho. The distance of this seam equals 4 times the angle. So as the angle goes around increasing, it just automatically is 4 times. Okay, very, very easily. Rho equals k theta. So that one's good for some things, one's good for another. So we're talking about the science and its development here. So Rupa Goswami, so the basis of everything David Haberman's pointing out is the Vedas. It's one of the Upanishads says is rasa. Everything comes down to rasa is supreme, like that. But is it just some sloppy thing? No, it's an entire science. When Rupa Goswami was presenting his philosophy, the most common, everybody practically speaking was smartas at that time. Everybody practically speaking were all smartas and following rituals and regulations. And Nava Nyaya was becoming very popular. Nyaya means logic, and Nava was like a new, how to look at everything with different rules and rational thought and this kind of stuff. So Prabhupada says, what's the book? Hari Bhakti Vilas. It includes all of our rituals for deity worship. And Prabhupada says that it is unnecessarily ritualistic. You don't need all these rituals, But he says, practically speaking, at that time, everybody was smartas. So Sanatana Goswami had to go with the flow of the time, right? This is why it's important to receive these books, Jaiva Dharma, other books, Parampara, People are quoting Jaiva Dharma about this thing of the origin of the jiva and this and that, but we don't have a Parampara commentary from our Acharya about how to accept it. Maybe certain things are this way and other things are that way and stuff. We have to understand the previous Acharyas from our Acharya. It's coming down, right? Don't jump to them externally, go to them internally. So, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, yes, okay. Everything is rasa, okay. And it's a science, So he presented it that way. We of course gave this seminar before here. It was very, very nice. And then Gopal took, from Waves of Devotion, Dhanadhar Maharaj's commentary on Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, very nice. He explains the different connections and stuff and includes some graphics. So Gopal put them all into one big graphic. He accumulated the whole thing into one thing with all the diagrams and stuff. And you could not do it on a piece of paper. You had to do a bed plotter. It was small type even still. But it was in front of you, and there the whole thing was, and you could see, wow, that's aha! Wow, this section is much smaller than this section. It was really, very enlightening, And this is the analysis of the ocean of devotion. Yeah. You ever seen the California seacoast? With the waves coming in along there and stuff, and there'll be different kinds of winds, and there'll be waves and stuff. They'll bounce off, and they'll go in. The waves will go back out again and hit each other, and they'll bounce up on these shelves, and then they'll drain down, and it's just really beautiful. This is Bhakti Rasa Sindhu, right? This is the Bhakti Rasa Sindhu. It's all this stuff. A lot of Aki die. The stimulation for loving Krishna is vibhava, right? The reaction is anubhava, sabhika bhava, vyabhichari bhava. But the reaction, anubhava, is raising your hands and just dancing as a result of seeing the deities on Janmashtami. You're Haribo! You're just so beautiful, That's the anubhava. But that anubhava becomes a vibhava. Yeah. So he tries to point this out. So basically he tries to use analysis, for the ocean of devotion, which is trying to analyze a scene on the California seacoast. Yeah, you can do it, Okay. But you've got to be there, had to be there to really appreciate it, right? And enjoy it and so on. So, he starts off with, first off, he starts off with, let's just try and get out of Maya before you can even understand this, Let's try and get off of the land You guys are stuck on the land. You're not going to understand the ocean as long as you're on the land. Is it like my desert? No, it's not like the desert. It moves. What do you mean it moves? It moves. Yeah. Okay. So then the beginning is how to get free from the material world by bhakti, following the process of sadhana bhakti, vaidhi bhakti, just to get liberation. And then once you're liberated, free from distress, which of course means free from happiness also, then things start to become auspicious. Okay. Now your job becomes auspicious, your family relationships become auspicious, okay, wow. Chetodharpanam arjanam bhavamahadavagni nirvapanam shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam. Maybe he's following that same verse. Okay. And then once they become auspicious, then we go to bhava bhakti. Because as soon as we do sadhana bhakti, we're liberated. Now we can take up bhava bhakti, because now our soul is actually exposed, right? It's actually exposed. Do you have a heart? Are you like the Tin Man and the Wizard of Oz? I wanted a heart. Have you got a heart? Do you, Kubera? You got a heart? You're just smiling. Yeah. Probably keeps saying that in his books, and finally it sunk in. And I realized, it's this. And I started examining my heart, and I realized it wasn't like a stone. I didn't have a stone-like heart. My heart was kind of like an automobile tire. You can hit it, and you can realize there's some flexibility there, but it's like, yeah. And I realized that. Okay, but that's it. We got to deal with our heart and stuff, and how it's reacting to the stimulation from Krishna. Our heart may become enthusiastic when we hear about ice cream. If you're an Indian or something else, idli, vada, sambar. Okay. Ooh. Yes, Miss America, India. Okay. Ooh, yeah. So that's the real condition here. Everything else, Carl Jung says the same thing else. Everything else is happening in the attic. It's based upon what's happening in the heart. And so if the heart's going one way, your intellect's gonna figure out how to justify what's happening in your heart. Make up all kinds of reasons to make it reasonable. And so this is what he's talking about in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. In the beginning, it starts to become softened. Then later on, when we're actually situated in Bhava Bhakti, he says it becomes like the moon, which is radiating effulgence and illuminating everybody around it like that, and so on. So when you come in contact with Prabhupada, you just see him, the way his comportment, his smile, his talking. Everybody else, so many people actually were seeing Prabhupada were just like amazed, and in so many different ways like that, becoming angry, becoming just, frightened. Just, he is, this intense radiation of bhava. So, and bhava bhakti is where we're actually coming to the point where we know you get a seed. I give you a seed there, right? Okay, and then you say, "Oh, what is it? I don't know." Okay, what do you do with it? Unknown seed. What do you do with it? Yeah, over at the farm. Then the sprout comes out. Then what you got next to this, the sapling. Okay. Then it produces leaves. Okay. Then it produces flowers. Okay. Then it produces. Oh, it's a pear tree. Oh, yeah. But it's a green pear. So, adoshrada, sadhu sangha, bhajana kriya, nartanivritti, nishta, ruchi, asaktis, bhava. Okay. Bhava is the immature stage of prema. That's all it is. Everything is there. Nitya siddha Krishna, no, what is it go? No. Krishna surya sama, maya hai andhakar, yan Krishna na tahan nahi, mayara adhikar. When you come to the level of bhava, maya can't touch you. It's impossible to have an accidental fall down. Therefore, Maharaj Bharata's fall down was not accidental. He was offensive to Krishna. And then he had a reaction. Okay. And then you begin to see your position. You can realize your eternal relationship with Krishna, but you're not fully awake. So you still got to go from Bhava Bhakti, which is the green pear, undigestible, yeah, to the ripe pear, to a peach, a Georgia peach, yes. Which is better, a mango or a Georgia peach? You haven't probably experienced a good Georgia peach. When they're ripe, it's just like, this fair, like, this flavor and everything else, just drip in your hand. You cut them and the juice just runs down your arm, okay. Yeah, mangoes, yeah. Otherwise, all our Mexican, which is better, pizza or tamales? Tamales. Yeah. As John Wayne would say, I'd hate to live off the difference. both great, So this is it. It's Bhava Bhakti. So maybe we're going through Bhava Bhakti. Maybe you can match up the different Adoshrada, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya with the different cantos like that. Anartha Nivritti. Okay, that's got to be the third canto. Adoshrada, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti. That'd be the Okay, Adoshrada, Sadhu Sangha. Yeah. Maybe you could, match the cantos up with this description he's using. That would be 9th canto, then would be, Bhava Bhakti, and 10th canto is Prema Bhakti. Yeah. Fully awake and back to work where you left off, in your service, your activity. Devotional service is not a matter of imaginative ecstasy or sentimental speculation. It is practical activity in the foreground of devotional service. Yeah. Guru Das said he was with Prabhupada. He picked him up or something at the train station, was driving him to the temple in Krishna Balaram temple. And he was thinking, oh my God, I'm with Prabhupada now in Vrindavan, and Prabhupada's going to talk all about these wonderful things. So they went by one big ashram, and they had a water tower. And Prabhupada said, we should get one of those too. So water towers, yeah. This is the basis of the bhava, is practical activity. Of course, what's practical for the gopis is different than what's practical for us. What's practical for the gopis is making cow dung patties. Can you make cow dung patties? Will they stick to the wall? Whap. Kamsa couldn't do it. Kamsa had a hard time. Yeah. Want to compete with the gopis with their whack. 5 meters away, Yeah, they're very, they're not like spaced out, girls. They're competent. They can milk cows. They can make all this kind of stuff. They can play games. They're really right on in terms of practical activity and stuff. When you come to the level of what's the word? What the word I'm thinking of, right? Not Vaidhi Bhakti, Raganuga Bhakti. Raganuga Bhakti, you're doing the same thing as everybody else. From that point on, you don't distinguish a devotee in terms of what he's doing. Oh, he's following the 4 principles, he's not following the 4 principles. Getting up for Mangalarti, not getting up for Mangalarti. Doing on the altar, not on the altar. Okay, that goes up to the level of basically like ruchi. And now what you're doing is not what you do, it's how you do it. So you begin to distinguish a person in their level, then at this point is how they're doing the artik and stuff, and how, the sentiment, the ruchi, the taste, the feeling. Yeah. So we're already here, and Nanda Maharaj, what are we doing here? Okay, yeah. Nanda Maharaj is seeing Uddhava, and of course he's absorbed in Vipralambha Vatsalya Ras. If you go through Rupa Goswami's description, you're going to find a complicated thing of where Nanda Maharaj is at today. It's a science, Maybe what he's looking at is like he's looking at Krishna's flute. Krishna had a lot of flutes. Probably didn't take them all with him. Here's one flute there, or there's like a footprint or something, Yeah. And so he's absorbed now in the vibhava is, what is it? There's, There's two kinds of vibhava. Huh? Vibhava. One is Krishna directly, and the other thing is Krishna is related to Krishna. I will come back. Anyway, so maybe he's things related to Krishna rather than correctly to Krishna directly, and that's stimulating something. And this is, and so you can describe Nanda Maharaj's situation. And if you want to combine with this, you have to be able to understand how to deal with this, scientifically, but not with your brain, with your heart and stuff, so on. Yeah. We all like peppermint, strawberry vanilla ice cream, right? Strawberry vanilla ice cream. Okay. How about broccoli chocolate ice cream? Chocolate, so you come in and say the wrong thing. Nanda Maharaj is disgusting. It's horrible. It's murder. Yeah. So you got to be able to enter in. So Uddhava shows up, and Uddhava is great character, a nice guy. Who's his father? Huh? Okay, Vasudev's brother. Yeah, because he's Nanda Maharaj's nephew, which even tosses more into the whole mix like that and stuff, And he comes there, and you see him, and then Nanda Maharaj receives him. What does it say? As soon as Uddhava arrived at Nanda Maharaj's home, Nanda came forward to meet him. The cowherd king embraced him in great happiness and worshipped him as non-different from Lord Vasudeva. But he also sees he has all this complexion like Krishna. He was able to distinguish that it wasn't Krishna. The gopis in the beginning were thinking maybe Krishna had come back. But Nanda Maharaj was distinguishing it wasn't Krishna, and he was worshipping him as Vasudeva. So very interesting. Okay, so any questions, comments, complaints? Yes, Prabhu. Jai Gopal. Wait a second here. The whole world is watching. The whole world is watching. You're on YouTube. 4 million people.
Yeah, thank you, Maharaj. So you mentioned about Bharat Maharaj fall down was not accidental. Could you elaborate on that? I didn't get what was the actual reason.
It says in the verse, it says that he developed his attachment for the deer, and he stopped doing his bhakti, and gave up devotional service, which had actually come to the point of bhava, sentiment, everything else like that, and so on. And at that point, he became attached to the deer and everything else, and he fell down and died and everything else, and so forth, so on. So the verse says in Sanskrit that because of his previous karma or something like that, activities, the purport probably says no, it's impossible, because he was on the level of bhava. So therefore, Krishna Surya Sama Maya Hayandakar. And it could not have been an accident, no. Maya cannot influence you at that point, accidentally, some mistake, It was because he was consciously, as it go, Bhoktaram Yagatapashyam, Sarvaloka Maheshvraham, Sutadam Sarvadehinam. 3 kinds of Maya. I'm the supreme proprietor, I'm the supreme enjoyer, and I'm everybody's best friend. The last one is the subtle one. And so he wanted to be the deer's best friend. I'll protect you. I'll take care of you. Mommy's gone. Don't worry. Don't cry. Don't be afraid. Yeah. Okay. You see then? See? Yeah.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Yeah. The 2 types of vibhava is alambana and uddipana. Alambana and uddipana.
Okay. Thank you. Alambana and Udipana. Alambana is Krishna directly. Udipana is things in terms of Krishna. Yeah, you got to publish your chart. Yeah, right. You got to make copies of it available. Yes. Charge money. Yeah. So you see, at that point, right in the Upadeshamrita, it says right there, that Maya cannot touch you at this point. And it's talking about Uttamadhikari, everything else. And Prabhupada says, even Uttama Adhikari can fall down as soon as he becomes envious. Paramahamsa like that. Very clear and direct. Free will is there. We always have free will. Otherwise, we can't do anything for Krishna. We're just robots, either reacting to pleasure or pain, one of the two. Yeah. It's frightening, right? Yep. Become afraid. Vita Raga Bhaya. Fear comes when we realize that. Yeah, yeah. But then, okay, this is me. I count. I'm small, but I'm real. Huh. Okay. Yeah. And Krishna chastising. What are you doing? So you come, your friend's playing. He says hi. He says, I'm busy. Yeah. So Krishna chastised him. And he took it. He accepted it. Yeah. Yeah. And became completely purified. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate.
Maharaj, is there bhava in Shantarasa, like the trees and the blade of grass and everything?
Well, Prabhupada said there's prema in Shantarasa. Yeah. But there are different kinds of Shantaras. In Vrindavan, who's in Shantaras in Vrindavan?
The cows.
The cows.
The flute.
The land. Yeah, the flute. The garland.
Yes.
But the flute's joking about Madhurya Ras with the gopis. Yeah. 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 But but it's okay. So it's different kinds of Shantaras. Yeah. Yeah.
So Maharaj, Prabhupada says like 75% of the living entities are in the spiritual world, right?
75% of
the
75% of the creation
geography
comprises the spiritual world. I never found out why. Tripad Vibhuti.
Yeah. So
the actual number of living entities in the material world is
much
insignificant.
Okay. So that I was just thinking. So that the blade of grass in the spiritual world probably is much more advanced, who didn't fall down than us who fell down, right?
No, but we might have been in any position. Yeah. I had ideas. You're there. Prabhupada says somehow or other we did not like to serve Krishna. I mean, you're playing with Krishna in the pasture, and someone says, "Don't look at that flower. That's the Baharanga Shakti." So. Yeah. And Krishna comes over and says, Subal, Subal. Yeah. But that's what it is. It's one little part of the spiritual world. The external, the Baharanga Shakti. There are many Shaktis, but that's one of them. And okay, it's for somehow or other fits in. And Prabhupada says somebody's working for a guy. He thinks I can do all this, So he wants to open his own business, right? That's one way of describing it. The kids want to be like the adults, I was saying it's quite natural, And so from Krishna's point of view, it's fun, no problem. Kids want to dress up, have a tea party, act like Uncle Bobby and Aunt Susie, and do all this kind of stuff. It's fun, It's actually quite revealing what the kids know that you didn't think they knew about Uncle Bobby and Aunt Susie. Yeah. So from Krishna's point of view, the material world is, it's a heck of a good time. You can't kill demons in Vaikuntha, Yeah.
Yeah. One more question.
Okay.
So the neti philosophy, Krishna also uses that in Bhagavad Gita, right, to describe the soul. There's no positive description of what the soul is. It's all about it cannot take birth, it doesn't die, you cannot cut it to pieces. Yeah.
Neti.
So is that the only way to describe the soul? I mean, that philosophy has some use for understanding the spirit soul because there's no positive way to describe it, right?
That last part?
There's no positive way Krishna describes that in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 2nd chapter.
Yeah, he's just describing, because that will take you to Shuddha Sattva, out of Tamagun, out of Rajagun. In Shuddha Sattva, you're completely detached from everything, and you realize this is a mirror, completely, right? Yeah, and therefore you see this, and the mirror is now in perfect. In Shuddha Sattva, the material world is an accurate reflection of the spiritual world. And you can see everything here in that perspective like that and so on. But you still got to turn around. I don't want to. I did something really stupid. It's okay. Yeah. Kick. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's okay. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So, there you go. Jai. Shishi Radha Nila Madhava ki jai. Shishi Nanda Maharaj ki jai. Wow. Ah. They're not. They're not married. Don't, actually, we can't let anybody come here and find our Nilamadhava's temple because the secret, Jatila will find out. Come. So Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra ki jai. Back home, back to Godhead.
I wanted to tell you, I ran out of space in the graphic. Yeah. You see the secondary lesson? I ran out of space. I could not list the 7 secondary lessons. Yeah, no, I can use that, but I'm saying in the software. Yeah, in the PowerPoint. Yeah, I did it in PowerPoint. Also, I was thinking, Madhav, have you been to Kalakshetra? Have you heard of Kalakshetra in South India? It's a famous dance school. No. Maybe next time you go to Chennai, you can visit. And maybe give a lecture.
Kastori Rangam? Kastori Rangam is a music hall.
Yeah, I think that's a different organization.
It's not it's a hall.
Well, PTK.
Kalakshetra is based there. Yeah, pretty sure they are.
Kalakshetra is South